Focus on aligning your business structure with your long-term vision and your risk tolerance. Sometimes taking the extra steps to build a solid foundation pays off in the long run. I've seen a lot of tradies take the leap and go out on their own, starting their own businesses and contracting their services. It's a fantastic move, but there's one crucial decision you need to make early on in your business structure. A report by the Australian Securities and Investments Commission found that 51% of construction industry insolvencies were due to poor strategic management decisions, including choosing the wrong business structure. So today, we're diving into the best options for tradies. Sole trader versus company. Let me share a client story with you. Mick, an electrician from Sydney, decided to branch out and start his own business. He knew the ins and outs of the trade, but the business side of things was new territory. Mick faced the crucial choice between setting up as a sole trader or forming a company. So we ran through the pros and cons of each structure. First up, the sole trader. It's the simplest structure with minimal paperwork and lower setup costs. You have full control over your business and you can use your personal tax file number to lodge your tax return. But here's the catch. As a sole trader, you're personally liable for all your business debts. That means if something goes wrong, your personal assets could be at risk. Sole traders may also face a higher marginal tax rate because they pay the same tax rates as individual taxpayers, which means as your income grows, you could end up in a higher tax bracket, paying up to 45% of your income over 180 grand. Now let's talk about the company structure. It's a separate legal entity, meaning it has its own tax file number, ABN, and requires you to lodge a separate tax return. The major advantage here is limited liability. If something goes south, your personal assets are generally protected. This is especially beneficial for tradies who work in high-risk environments or deal with significant potential liabilities like builders and plumbers. On the tax front, small businesses in Australia are subject to a flat tax rate of 25%. This can result in potential tax savings compared to the progressive individual tax rates that the sole trader faces. But the company does come with higher setup costs and maintenance costs, as well as more complex tax obligations and some additional reporting requirements. So let's go back to Mick. We weighed up the pros and cons with him and decided to go with a company structure. The limited liability and potential tax savings were game changers for him, given the potential risks involved with the electrical work and his tax bracket of 37%. So this makes sense for his situation. But remember, what worked for Mick might not work for you. You need to consider the pros and cons of your own situation. Ask yourself, what's my current tax bracket? What are the risks involved in my trade? And what are my long-term goals for my business? Another option to consider is starting out as a sole trader and then transitioning to a company as your business grows. This can be a smart move, allowing you to enjoy the simplicity and control of a sole trader structure in the early stages, and the benefit from the limited liability and the potential tax savings of a company structure as your income increases and your risks expand. To wrap things up, the business structure you choose can either make or break you as a tradie. While sole traders enjoy simplicity and control, the company structure offers limited liability and potential tax benefits. So here's my tip for you. Focus on aligning your business structure with your long-term vision and your risk tolerance. Don't let the complexity of the company structure deter you if it's the right fit for your goals and needs. Sometimes taking the extra steps to build a solid foundation pays off in the long run. Remember, it's easier to adapt your business structure to your goals and risks than to force yourself to fit into a structure that doesn't serve you. Make the right choice today and set up your business for a successful future. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and we'll get back to you. I'm Jordan from Grey Space Advisory, and I'll see you next time.